Welcome to Creamer Media's Polity. I'm Amy Witherden. I am at the Centre for Policy Studies in Braamfontein to speak with Aubrey Machikli about political squabbling. Aubrey, in your opinion piece, you refer to the ruling African National Congress as an embarrassing relative that needs to be hidden away for the FIFA World Cup. Why?
Well, we're going through a phase in the country where it seems politicians are trying very hard to embarrass us with some of their antics. And this applies to both the ANC and the Congress of the People. Now, in many cultures, when you have visitors or when you have guests, people frown upon the hosts fighting in front of such guests. So the point I'm trying to make in the column is that we have one of two choices. Either we hide our embarrassing relatives, that is ANC and COPE politicians, or they simply cool it and behave themselves until the 11th of July.
So we need a moratorium on political squabbling.
Well, it would be nice, actually, to have no political squabbling and infighting for a month. Because, you know, I've been getting a lot of requests from journalists from overseas who are here to cover the World Cup. But it is not only soccer they're interested in. They want to talk to me about South African politics. I suppose for them, if the squabbling continues, then the story would be much more exciting. For us as hosts, it would be disappointing, of course.
You say in your article that internal processes are being prostituted in battles for leadership and political power. Please explain this assertion.
Well, it's a bit of saber rattling. The alliance is not going to break just because the ANC has decided to lay charges against Mr. Vavi. If it does break, it will be for reasons much more fundamental than that.
Are COSATU's threats of withdrawal from the tripartite alliance realistic?
Well, in the history of the alliance, there have always been people who took a dim view of the idea of having relations with either the South African Communist Party or a Labour Federation. But in its most virulent form, the opposition is linked to relations between the ANC and the South African Communist Party. Remember, there are people who gain certain things from having this alliance. So you have someone sitting in COSATU or someone sitting in the SACP who otherwise would not be, let's say, a minister if the SACP, for argument's sake, contested elections independently. But because of the alliance, such a person may find himself sitting in parliament or occupying a ministerial post. On the other hand, the fact that the ANC is in alliance with COSATU and the SACP means there is a reduction of opportunities for those who do not want such an alliance. So there would be an abundance of opportunities for some members of the ANC if the ANC was not in alliance with COSATU and the SACP. And some, for ideological reasons, have never been persuaded that having an alliance with the Labour Federation and the Communist Party is a sustainable idea.
Thank you, Aubrey.
You're welcome.